Right now I've just cleaned up the chart and I'm going to see if I can just use the 10-day moving average and the Williams solely. So I'm not going to use the other moving averages. So once it reaches above and all this stuff aligns, I'm going to try and take some trades there. So I saw one here, it passes, it's in the zone here. Let's have a look. Right there, it's in the zone. It's past, it drops, actually it doesn't drop below the 50, does it? It's not below the 50, it doesn't come up from the 50, so that's not really a trade there. This has to come from below the 50 and go up. So if we look in the past, let's see when that happens. It happens here. See how it drops below the 50? No, actually that's not even below the 50. It drops from here below the 50 here, and then it comes and then it goes there. So as we can see, there's a few opportunities there. There's one, and there's another. This one, actually this one comes here, right there. So this one only gives you one bar, and then you get the stop loss is here, and then it touches the 10 here, so you would have come out there. So really and truly you wouldn't have made much there, maybe 2 pips. But then if you went in again with this one, you could have done pretty well out of it. Stop loss would have been moved to here, then it would have been moved to here, then it would have been moved here, here, here. 2 red candles, you don't move it. Then you would have moved it to under this one here. Then you would have moved it under this one here. And no, you still wouldn't have got stopped out yet. Then you would move it under this one here. And not this one, that's not significant enough. Then this one here. And then you still would be in it here. Move it under this one here. Then this one here. And you would have got finally stopped out here. That's what should happen. Is either we would have come out when it passes the 10-day moving average, or when it stops out, when you start moving it under a bullish significant candle. So as you can see, it touches the 10 here, but it doesn't pass it. But if we left it, it would have stopped here. We would have stopped it manually there, but it stops slightly quicker, but it's more or less the same pippage. So that would have been a good run. We're waiting today to see if we can get something out of it. So out of that run, there's a substantial amount of pips, about 80 pips, and we would have risked just 22 pips. So we just have to wait for a signal. I'm going to try it with this less complicated chart, because I'm gonna be specifically ringing the towel at the moment. I've explained what ringing the towel is. It's just, I'll explain it again. Basically, we see the momentum of the price. If it's going one way, we can see it's going one way. We allow it to go to that way until the Williams tells us to go in. Once we go in, we stay in for around 1 candle, or we just move the stop loss as I just showed you after every significant bullish candle. The reverse doesn't actually happen for sells. With sells is different, because you do not move it under the candle. You have to kind of just leave the stop loss where it was, and then if you're lucky you can move it to break even. But sell is slightly different to the bullish movement of this chart. But that's what we're trying to do. I'm going to try and do it without the complication of the other moving averages, and just see what happens. I really would like to do it with a couple more moving averages, but with the ringing of the tail, you don't really need it. It just complicates issues. If you look, for example, this one touches the 50 here, comes down, touches the 50, comes down. You wouldn't go in yet until this reaches this area. So it reaches that area there, passes the 50. With this, it seems like you can move it over every significant bearish candle, as you can see. There, 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 there. You will get stopped out here. That's if you classify that as a bearish significant candle. Maybe it's not, but I'm just saying that you can get a run out of it. You can get a good run, but it's slightly different because sometimes it's very spiky. You would get, for example, this will come up higher. It maybe spike up to here and then come back down. So I've noticed with bearish signals it's slightly different. The run is different. You have to give it more space for your stop losses. Well, we'll try it and see. So as far as I'm concerned, if it's below the 10, it's a sell. If it's on the 10, it's whipsaw, and if it's above the 10, it's a buy. But you're not going to buy until you get your timing right, your timing, which is with your Williams. So it has to pass the 50. I keep saying it, but it's very important. The Williams 100 passes the 50. Look, there's a pass of the 50, right? Whereby the Williams 17 should be in a strong zone. And there you go. But this is after hours. I wouldn't trust this one. It's after hours, so I wouldn't do this. But as you can see, it still works. But can you see how it dips? See that little bit there? It will stop you out. So when it's after hours, it's almost that you have to give it more room for your stop loss. But let's look at a different one, which is in the time. 7:15 is around here. See if there's one here. No. What's the time here? It's 9 o'clock. Here's one here. No, it's not it. It doesn't pass the 50, but it does give you a movement, but it's not the principles we're after. Let's look here. 2:30 passes the 50. Yes. So let's look at this one here. Right there, you'd come in. Yep. And it goes up. So you've got that. You've also got the confirmation of this arrow here. This arrow here is a crossover arrow of the, let's have a look, it is the 5 and 13 crossover. So you get that confirmation as well. After every significant bullish candle, you put your stop loss here, put your stop loss here, put your stop loss here, wait, put your stop loss here, then you put your stop loss here, here, you wait, put your stop loss here, 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 and then you get stopped out here eventually. And as you can see, it touches the 10 anyway, so one of the other would have got us out of that anyway. And see how it's hugging the 10, no trade, hugging the 10, no trade, no trade. So we can try it like this and see what happens. Let's see this one. Has to pass the 50. It passes the 50 there. it's there, look. Passes the 50, past the 10-day, significant candle here, stop loss, that's not significant, that's not significant, so you leave your stop loss here. This is better, stop loss there, stop loss here, that's not significant, and then it actually stops you out with this one here. So we'll try it with this naked chart here and see what happens. It's not naked, but it's less busy than I usually have it. So I'll save this template. It's the matrix XXX. See what happens.